COVID has exploded right into our faces. But who cares? Leaders play the blame game while the poor suffers once again. When they are being conducted in the middle of a life-threatening pandemic, there is absolutely no justifications for crowded rallies and massive roadshows.
Flouting COVID protocols during rallies and campaigning.
Zero social distancing at Stalin's massive yatra in Tirupur.
Just a few months ago, Indian government officials were patting themselves in their back for the federal health minister declared that the country had entered the end game of its own battle against the pandemic. India was the pharmacy of the world, and its cheaply produced vaccines would help end the COVID-19 pandemic globally. But unfortunately, such boasts sound foolish today. India's COVID-19 cases are rising exponentially as a vicious second wave of the pandemic finds fertile grounds of religious gatherings of hundreds and thousands, and also not to forget the mass election rallies. India is now one of the only two countries to go beyond the 2 lakh mark. Bengal witnessed a 448% jump in the active caseload, Tamil Nadu 309% and Kerala 111% over the fortnight. With cases spiraling upwards, night curfews, weekend lockdowns as well as closure of schools and colleges have been reinstated in many localities. The hospitals are stretched beyond capacity, bodies pile up at crematoriums and vaccine shortages are reported in several cities. COVID has exploded right into our faces. But who cares? The central government's only concern is winning Bengal election. When asked about social distancing, they say it is not that we are the ones holding rallies. See how other political parties are flouting norms? Leaders play the blame game while the poor suffers once again. Thanks to the election, rallies by all major political parties, a huge crowd gathered but with no social distancing norms being followed and majority of the people without masks. The political leaders are to be blamed for their irresponsible attitude for organizing campaign rallies, putting to risk the lives of the common people participating in them. By political leaders, I mean all political leaders including Modi, Shah, Mamata Banerjee or Rahul Gandhi are problematic. It is rather facile for a Prime Minister like Modi with unparalleled popularity and devotion across the country to address people on his Mann Ki Baat and preach about mask zaruri but contrast with the 10,000s of people crammed into rally tents sitting close to each other, so many without mask, and say amazing atmosphere and not utter a single word about COVID safe behavior. Encouraging huge rallies with zero messaging on COVID safety or by allowing the Kumbh Mela, Modi and Shah have shown that nothing is more important to them than their politics and electoral gains. Not even the public healthcare emergency or a safety of billion-plus people. So, the lives of millions of Indians are being put at risk only because the country's political leadership cannot look beyond winning elections. In such a grim scenario, routine politics should take a backseat. Sure, the elections have to be held on time, but when they are being conducted in the middle of a life-threatening pandemic, there is absolutely no justifications for crowded rallies and massive roadshows. This is where election authorities must intervene more strictly to enforce their own guidelines for COVID-appropriate behavior. The Election Commission should issue strict guidelines for politicians to appeal only through social media legally so that the spread of this disease in this proportion is controlled. Our lives are precious. Stop political rallies, stop political gatherings. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.